This is the Lenofocus 008 Mini Body Cam. It's a compact digital audio recorder and video camera that takes footage at 1080 and 720p at 25 frames per second. This compact camera allows the user to record unobtrusively an incident that might occur, like a fender bender, or traffic stop, or an argument. When it's your word against theirs, wouldn't it be nice to have an additional eyewitness? Alright, so this is what came when I ordered my Lenofocus camera. That's a rather plain box, and inside find our camera. That's cute. Really small. Now, just FYI here, there's a clear sticker in front of the lens, so be sure to take that off before you use the camera. Otherwise your footage is going to be blurry or washed out. So some people, for whatever reason, don't realize that that is not intended to be there when it's operating. This is the camera itself. It doesn't come with an SD card, so you'll have to purchase that, but let's see what it does come with. It comes with a USB 2.0 SD card reader, a micro USB cable for charging, and possibly for reading some of the files that you get with a camera onto your computer, but I kind of doubt it since they included an SD card reader. It's possible, but if you find that you're unable to read any files using this USB cable, just use the card reader or any sort of hub or card reader that you happen to own to get the files off of your camera. Comes with a microfiber cleaning cloth for the lens, and underneath the padding you have your instruction manual, and be sure to read your instruction manual before operating your equipment, because I'm sure there's tons of useful information in here. And it comes with a little handy tool. Now this usually comes with your smartphone, and you use it to take out your SD card or your SIM card off of your phone. And presumably you could use the back of this to help you put a SD card or take it out from the bottom slot on the camera. But it's also used to reset the camera back to factory settings. And there's a little hole on the side here, if you can't see that because it's black on black, but there's a little tiny hole on the side that you use this tool or a small paper clip to reset the camera. Now, there's also a tiny hole at the top. Don't stick anything in there, because that's the microphone and you could damage your camera by sticking something into that little hole. It's the hole on the side near the charging port. Alright, and speaking of charging ports, let's use this and charge up our camera, and let's go try it out. Okay, once you have your unit fully charged, what you'll want to do is put in a micro SD card to the slot below, which I've done, and you'll want to turn on your unit by pressing here, and that should turn... Oh, wait, was it on already? I saw a little blink there. I'm going to press it again. Okay, now there's a blue indicator light which says that it's on, and you'll want to press this power button again 5 times, and I just noticed that the controls here, there's a little bit of a lag, so that can screw you up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, is it? Okay, that green flashing light indicates that your SD card has now been formatted, and you'll want to go and open up the text files that are in there to set the time and date for the unit, as well as modify any settings. Thing is, unlike normal cameras, those files presumably would have been put onto this newly formatted SD card, but actually what I found the hard way was there's nothing on this card. It just totally does a clean format, doesn't put any settings files or folders on there. In fact, you have to actually record a snippet of footage for it to both record the AVI footage as well as write those settings files onto the card. So I'm going to do that now, and you do that by pressing... Oh wait, I think I just turned it off. I'm going to turn it back on again. Okay, so now it's on, you press it again briefly to have it record, and it should blink 5-6 times. That's what it's doing now. That's to indicate that it is recording. And once it flashes the 6th time, it will turn off, and it will continue to record until either your card fills up or your battery dies. But it is a bit of a problem that there is no indicator light on that tells you that it's recording. I have, and presumably other people have forgotten. Is it on? Is it recording? There's no way to tell, other than turning it off, and you're pressing it to turn it off. If it was on, I don't know. It doesn't indicate that it's turned itself off. So you kind of have to go through the process of turning it on and off a couple of times. Okay, so now it's on, and okay, so it's blinking, so now it's recording. So if it was recording, there was no way if I've forgotten, there's no way for me to tell it was recording, and I have to record again. But now that it has started recording, it will have the settings text files that you can open up on a computer or some other device that can read text files and edit them, and you can adjust your settings. And one other feature I'd like to point out that I think is kind of neat is the clip here is removable, and it's only held by a little bit of tension, which could be a problem. I mean, it's easy it might be easy to knock this off, so that could be a failure point. But anyway, behind the clip is a magnetic strip. So you could mount this very easily onto anything steel or ferric metal that magnet can stick onto, like a car or inside of a locker. So now you can finally find out who's been stealing your cookies at work, in your work locker or your school locker. So that's kind of neat. So you just have to snap on. There we go. Okay, so we'll proceed and update the settings files here, and we'll wear it outside and take some footage. Just wanted to show you some considerations you need to take if you're planning on wearing this to take footage of an interaction or an event, that depending on where you put it. If you're wearing, let's say, a shirt with a pocket on the outside, that you need to take care that you put it near the edge of your pocket, because if you put it on the center of the pocket, because the clip is on the back and the device is on the front, all the weight is forward, and it will cause your pocket to sag, and you will just be getting footage of people's feet. So if you want to get footage of what you're looking at and what they're looking at, you'll need to put it near the edge of the pocket. When you put it on a t-shirt, the slight lean forward actually compensates for the shape of your chest having a bit of a degree of slope. It compensates for that, and you are getting more direct face-to-face footage. Anyway, just something to be mindful about. So let's go outside and see how it works on the street. Now this first sequence I shot in 720p, just so you could see a difference between what it looks like in 720 versus 1080, which we're looking at now. And you'll also notice that the camera does a pretty decent job of opening up its exposure automatically as we go into a shadow area. But if you notice from the previous clip, there isn't that much difference in terms of clarity, sharpness, resolution between 720 and 1080, nor is there any smoother or more jittery change in terms of frame rate. So if the quality is the same, you may want to just save on file space so you can save more footage on your card by keeping it at 720. I suspect the camera's native resolution is 720, and it just simply upsamples the files for 1080. So my recommendation is to keep it at 720, but that's up to you. I'd also like to note camera placement. I have it on the collar of my t-shirt right now, so you will occasionally get glimpses of my chin or my COVID mask on the view above, simply because of where I place the camera. And you are hearing the actual sounds that the camera is picking up. I haven't adjusted the volume in any way. Okay, I'm going to put on our COVID mask. Here we're seeing what the camera is capable of picking up at night. We're going into the store. The camera does not have infrared LEDs or a specific night mode, but does a decent job of capturing footage in low light situations. This shopping center is pretty well lit, but as you can see, you can't make out license plates or faces all that well. So if you're going to be on a darkened country road or the side of a highway, it's going to be a bit challenging. So there you go. The footage actually isn't that bad. This is certainly not GoPro quality, but this is a mini body cam, not an action cam. But the same can't be said for the controls and user interface. The problem is that you have the same button for turning it on and off and recording. So as you saw, when I was trying to get the recording to start, I inadvertently turned it off. And because the indicator light turns itself off normally, it's hard to tell when the unit is on, when it's recording. So I'm hoping the engineers at Lenofocus could maybe roll out a firmware update that you can download and install that would fix that. That would be great. But bottom line, it takes usable footage, even at night. It has some iffy controls, but if you can live with that, well, maybe this is for you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this and got something out of it, and if you did, please press the like button and share this with your friends on social media, Facebook, TikTok, or whatever you're into. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. You be safe out there. Moondog out.